Question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
This debate is about who gets to be an American. That's how Ilhan Omar started her explosive final speech after Congress moved to remove her from the Foreign Affairs Committee. Then she accused Republicans of targeting her for being Muslim, African, and an immigrant. Democrats called the vote racist. Republicans called it accountability. And by the end of the night, Congress was in total chaos.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
This debate today, it's about who gets to be an American. What opinions do we have to be counted as Americans? This is what this debate is about, Madam Speaker. There is this idea that you are a suspect if you are an immigrant, or if you are from certain parts of the world, or a certain skin tone, or a Muslim. It is no accident that members of the Republican Party accused the first Black president, Barack Obama, of being a secret Muslim. It is no accident that former President Donald Trump led a birther movement that falsely claimed he was born in Kenya. Because to them, falsely labeling the first and only President of the United States of America a Muslim and African immigrant somehow made him less American. Well, I am Muslim. I am an immigrant, and interestingly, from Africa. Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted? Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected, because when you push power, power pushes back. Representation matters. Continuing to expand our ideas of who is American and who can partake in the American experiment is a good thing. I am an American who was sent here, by her constituents to represent them in Congress, a refugee who survived the horrors of a civil war, someone who spent her childhood in a refugee camp, someone who knows what it means to have a shot at a better life here in the United States, and someone who believes in the American dream and the American possibility and the promise and the ability to participate in the democratic process. That is what this debate is about. There is an idea out there that I do not have objective decision making because of who I am, where I come from, and my perspective. But I reject that. We say there is nothing objective about policy making. We all inject our perspective, our point of views, our lived experiences, and the voices of our constituents. That's what democracy is about. So what is the work of the Foreign Affairs Committee? It is not to co-sign the stated foreign policy of whatever administration is in power. It's about oversight. It's to critique and to advocate for a better path forward. But most importantly, it is to make the myth that American foreign policy is intrinsically moral a reality. So I will continue to speak up because representation matters. I will continue to speak up for little kids who wonder who's speaking up for them. I will continue to speak up for families around the world who are seeking justice, whether they are displaced in refugee camps or they are hiding under their beds somewhere like I was, waiting for the bullets to stop. Because this child survivor of war would have wanted that. The 9-year-old me would be disappointed if I didn't talk about the victims of conflict, those that are experiencing unjust wars, atrocities, ethnic cleansing, occupation, or displacement like I did. They are looking to the international community and the United States, asking for help. They look to us because the international community and the United States profess the values of protecting human rights and upholding international law. So we owe it to them not to make this a myth, but a reality. I didn't come to Congress to be silent. I came to Congress to be their voice. And my leadership and voice will not be diminished if I am not on this committee for one term. My voice will get louder and stronger, and my leadership will be celebrated around the world as it has been. So take your vote or not. I am here to stay, and I am here to be a voice against harms around the world and advocate for a better world. I yield back.
Okay, the gentleman from Mississippi is recognized. The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield myself the balance of my time. In closing, I want to adopt the comments that were made by then Chairman of Foreign Affairs, Eliot Engel. In late February 2019, Chairman of Foreign Affairs Engel, after a third anti-Semitic statement in just over 2 weeks, 17 days to be exact, then Chairman Engel said these words: "It is unacceptable and deeply offensive to call into question the loyalty of fellow American citizens based on their political views, including support for the U.S.-Israel relationship. We all take the same oath." Worst, Representative Omar's comments leveled that charge by invoking a vile anti-Semitic slur. Chairman Engel went on to say that such comments have no place in the Foreign Affairs Committee or the House of Representatives. I agree with the statements made by Chairman Engel. Not only do Representative Omar's comments have no place in the Foreign Affairs Committee, I hold that anyone who makes such statements have no place serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee. And I ask all members to support this resolution removing Ms. Omar from the Committee on Foreign Affairs. And I yield back.
All right, the gentleman yields back. All time for debate has expired. Pursuant to House Resolution 83, the previous question is ordered on the resolution and the preamble. The question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
The House floor completely exploded after Republicans pushed to remove Congresswoman Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee. Republicans argued Omar's past comments about Israel and 9/11 were offensive and disqualified her from serving on a committee connected to national security. They said America's allies, especially Israel, should not have to deal with someone they believe has pushed anti-Israel rhetoric. Republicans also defended the move by saying Democrats started this first when they removed Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene from committees years earlier. But Democrats were furious. They accused Republicans of hypocrisy and political revenge. Several Democrats pointed out that some Republicans had made controversial comments too, but were never removed from committees. That's when the debate turned personal. AOC accused Republicans of targeting women of color and Muslim Americans. She said this vote was part of the same racism Muslims faced after 9/11. Other Democrats called the resolution racist, Islamophobic, and a distraction from real issues affecting Americans. Then Ilhan Omar took the floor herself. She said the debate was really about who gets to be seen as a real American. Omar said she was being targeted because she is Muslim, African, and an immigrant. She reminded lawmakers she came to America as a refugee escaping war and said her experiences give her a powerful voice on foreign policy and human rights. Then she delivered a final warning to Congress. My voice will not be diminished. After over an hour of chaos, shouting, and accusations, the House voted to remove Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee. Now, both sides are accusing each other of racism, hate, hypocrisy, and political games. And Americans online are completely divided over one question. Who's really telling the truth?